If you don't believe in it, how can you sell it?
Perfect. Good. Now that could also be used, the $100 phrase could be used as a transition line after each talking point. If you don't believe in it, you can't sell it. Do the next point. If you don't believe it, you next sell it. So that is another way on how you can transition. Very good. All right, back table here. The troublemakers in the back. If Fripp's no good, we can leave easy, and Shirley and she won't see us. All right. Do you have any questions, comments, soundbite statements, observations, anything?
There's a saying I use kind of as a phrase that pays. I'm already happy. I'm already satisfied. I'm already fulfilled. And it's, I use it kind of like one of these phrases that pays, that just brings the point home. Difference between struggling and wanting and striving and accepting as it is and how it is.
Okay, good. Good. I like the line. Now, say again, I'm happy.
I'm already happy. I'm already satisfied. I'm already fulfilled.
Now, I don't know the context of the speech, but you could say, what about you? What about you? Because when they hear your speech and implement your dynamic, that's what they will have. Yes? Very good. All right, any questions, comments?
I got a soundbite for you.
All right.
In this economy...
All right, let me wander over here.
Well, now I got to follow you.
And our cameraman is volunteering.
That's right. In this economy, are you a CEO or are you a POW? Oh, look, I got that. Look, right there. Prisoner of work.
Oh, love it. Now, what is good about that is because it makes you think.
And it's trademarked. Ha!
Good, good. All right, so what have we learned? Class, we start, we come out punching, we don't waffle around, and whatever our opening choice is, it should transition into our good premise and our good structure. We have stand still at the beginning and think more of how you orchestrate your movement to go with the speech. We have learned soundbite statements. What are these key phrases? We learned stories have 3 formulas. We learned simple structure. We have a diagram to take with us. What other S's have I missed out?
Silence.
Oh yes, pause. When you pause, that is when you actually draw the audience in. That is when they have time to reflect on what they heard or what they think about it. Very important. Be comfortable on silence. And a great exercise for you would be to be silent and make eye contact during the silence. And often when I do speaking schools for companies, I'll ask for a volunteer who's the person who's terrified of being there, couldn't stand in front, and just get them to stand and make eye contact for a thought, an idea, or a phrase, and not say anything. So you can communicate with your eye contact first. Good.
I have a question about that. You know, in Lee Glickstein's book, he talks about walking out on stage and standing there and just connecting with the audience for a few seconds before he says anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. No, I mean, I get his point, and you know, Lee's a great guy, and I know him from my area, and I have other friends that recommend it. I've just seen it overdone. My bias, yes, it's great to be, for a moment, I wouldn't do it as long as he recommends. But hey, if it works for you. It's a matter of theatrical choices. I don't like it. I think it's overdone. But hey, if it works, do it. What is the normal opening line of your presentation?
What do people really want from you?
All right? Maybe you want a trumpet. Have you ever asked yourself, people want from you? Now what comes next?
I actually ask for responses. I get some feedback.
All right, well, no, I tell
Give
you.
me the next slide.
All right. Now, this is, I tell you why. We know, if you know him, you know he's a nice guy, he's not scary. But can you imagine if we haven't built rapport with him, we might be terrified to speak to you. So, I know you're not going to hurt anyone. But yeah, okay, good. Well, it depends. If they know you and they brought you in, what we were talking about earlier is, if you haven't yet built rapport with an audience, and they don't respond, perspiration runs down your back. And at the beginning of your speech, it is the flavor scene of what's going to come back. And you are at the mercy of the pathetic answers from your audience. And that could flavor it the wrong way. Sometimes you luck out and you get great. So what I would encourage you to do, just for pleasure, just for fun, same thing we did. So what did I say? How often have you thought?
Have you ever asked yourself, what do people really want from me or from you?
Okay, I say really want. Okay, have you ever asked yourself? Have you ever thought, what do people really want from me? If you were like 76% of my audience attendees, it had never occurred to them.
Right. There's a lot of questions.
Yeah, exactly. So it might be is, or you could even try, if I were to ask you, what do people really want from you? You might say, Mark, I've never thought about it. Or two, you might give me some suggestions.
Customer service.
Okay. So give me, and it all depends on the presentation. Because I know you're such an interesting character, and anyone who doesn't know you, knowing that introduction, I'd rather hear that opening like that, because you were asked to do. And then you come into, in that situation, this is what was asked of us. Now, if I were to ask you, have you ever thought about people want from you? So I would start with your own story to build the drama and the impact and then get to it. You think that might work?
I've tried both ways.
Well, do you find which works better?
This way builds, the ones I have after that kind of builds it up a little bit, and then I go right to the beginning story.
My bias would be doing mercy. But you know, whatever works. You know, what do? You try it both ways and see what works. All right, good. What is our next S?
Short sentences.
Good. And have you noticed, not only shorter sentences, we also speak in phrases. The written word is for the I, the spoken word is for the written. Shorter sentences, phrases. Good. All right, next one.
Stepping on your punch word is a no-no.
What Jerry Seinfeld knows that that we should. Jerry Seinfeld was interviewed by my friend Larry White. And he said, I will spend an hour to take an 8-word sentence and edit it down to 5. Because he knows the less words between the setup and the punch, the funnier the line. For us, the shorter distance between the setup and the punch word, the more dramatic, the more memorable, the more impactful. Every comedian knows the last word is the punch word. That's what triggers the laugh. And in business and sales and motivational speaking, the last word or the last phrase should be the most important.